Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today I was doing the side quest with CGR, you know, the striker one, and I found out some pretty crazy stuff about CGR when using him with the strikers. So we're doing the Vigilance first, then the Aptitude, and then trigger power gain into SP1, and then when you have the Damnation active or the power lock, you immediately want to pop the striker, the Colossus one, and then you're getting an unblockable buff, which is gonna last so long, and you can just throw SP2s like nothing because you're unblockable. You don't care if they're blocking, and then by the time that unblockable expires, you can use the striker again and get it back, and it's the same duration. Because there's something weird with CGR's like judgment. You can see it's 5 and we can't do anything to get it above there or reset it. So, and actually we're getting some precisions to stack, which is pretty weird, but coming up we're gonna have some other clips which is gonna make CGR a lot more fun to use. But you can see unblockable expired, just get it back with a striker, and it's just at the point when it expires. So that is really crazy, man. This is a 3-star, and I think it's not even max rank. And she's doing some pretty good work in the Nebula fight. This is the hardest difficulty one. And just like that, we're gonna build up to another special 2. Or I think, yeah, we're just gonna finish the fight. But then if you want to have some fun with CGR, because he extends the buff duration based on his judgments. So right here, we're gonna do something different. We're gonna activate 4 judgments, and then we're gonna build up to the SP3, and when we have the SP3 like to throw it, we are gonna trigger the 5th judgment, and then we're gonna trigger the power gain into an SP3, and that is gonna give us more time on the unblockable buff, because we would have triggered like 2 more buffs since the damnation, which means the unblockable is going to be the 3rd buff, which is going to last for so long. And you guys are going to see it in a little bit. But we're going to talk about something pretty cool with CGR, and he's honestly my favorite champion to use just because of this. So we are almost to an SP3. We want to bait out Nebula's SP2 or SP1, and then trigger the heavy for the 5th judgment. I'm not going to do it now because I want her to be in the offensive phase, because I want to parry after this and trigger the power gain. So you guys are going to see now we're going to parry into that intercept with the power gain, and then pop the SP3. And then when the SP3 is over, just want to spam the striker special attack, and you're going to get the crazy unblockable buff, crazy duration. And I think in this one we're going to showcase the power gains, because like I said, there's something weird when like you throw the SP3 for CGR, or actually not the SP3, when you trigger the 5th judgment, and let's say the 6th judgment is the power gain, you can still get that, because you can see our judgments are not resetting, and we can actually trigger the power gain again and again. We can stack it even. And just being unblockable, we don't care. Pop another SP2 with the insane power gain, because it's a crazy good duration as well. Because it's like the 6th judgment, which is crazy, man. So good. And then we have another clip with CGR. We're gonna do exactly the same, although this time we're not doing the power gain. We're gonna stack up those Vigilance. So it's pretty hilarious, man, that CGR can do this. And he can still do it without the strikers, but you cannot stack as many buffs. Because I had like the fight where I literally had 3 power gains on me, which was crazy, man. The power gain of CGR, so good, especially when it's triggered after the damnation or the power lock. It lasts for so long. So trigger 4 judgments, whoever you want. Like I trigger the power gain, the SP1, and then the Dex, because the cave attack is a pretty easy one to trigger yourself, and Dex might be actually pretty hard. If you leave it for last, you might Dex where you want to. So here we want to bait this out. And then trigger the heavy attack immediately after, and then just try a parry. Or bait a heavy attack and go for the Vigilance. Because the judgment that you're gonna trigger there is the one that you can still use after the special 3. So in the previous clip we had the power gain, and now we have the Vigilance, and you will see that we can stack so many Vigilances, but you can't forget that you have to use after the first SP3 you have to throw the striker in, so you get the unblockable, and it's a lot easier. But here you can see we're still triggering the Vigilance, and they are stacking up. We got 4 of them, and this is a pretty good path because it's a node where they are pretty defensive. We go for a special 2 here, does some pretty good damage, and after this we got another clip with Furies, which is pretty dang crazy. We go for the Colossus again, get the unblockable, crazy unblockable actually. We had 8 Vigilances, and now I think we're gonna take a hit and die right here, or pretty soon. Trying to stack up those awarenesses like crazy. We had like 8, which is, man, so hilarious. CGR is definitely my favorite one by far, because I literally figured this out today. And honestly, the best rotation you can do is the first one, but this is just for fun because, yeah, you can still use the power gain a lot because it's pretty effective, to be honest. The second one, the first one is probably the one that I'm gonna be using, but here we're actually speeding this up because it's gonna take a little bit time, like 2 minutes. So trigger 3 judgments here, Vigilance, and then SP1, and then Dex. And here it's actually pretty difficult because it's I think it's the last, yeah, it's definitely the last difficulty of the Tigra boss, and we're only using a 330 champion, and yeah, she's got Footloose as well. Trying to get to the SP3, then we're close to it, so we'll trigger the heavy and then go for the power gain into an SP3. And in this clip we're gonna stack a lot of Furies, like crazy good amount. We go for the striker, so we are unblockable. Took some crazy block damage there, but we parried here, so after that we can go ahead and trigger another power gain because of that weird interaction. Look at this, 2 power gains, go for another parry, but now we don't have too many parries, so we're gonna get our openings, but we are unblockable, so that's gonna help a lot. Look at the unblockable is still going. We threw like 3 SP3s and we still have half duration of the unblockable. How insane is this? Then go for another parry, go for another SP3, and we parried there, which means another opening. Can stack up those Furies like crazy, man. And this is a 330 dealing so much damage. Another power gain into another SP3. I think this is the 5th or 6th one. So yeah, it's going pretty well. Got an opening there when she stands up, and then we're pretty soon we're gonna die because I literally could have finished this fight with an SP2, get the precision and finish it, but I wanted to see how many Furies we can get. We're also using the Cosmic Supremacy synergies, so we got like 90% duration on our Furies, if that helps, and then we just drop because we didn't have too much health. But that was a pretty nice video to make, and hopefully you can have some fun with CGR in the Striker side quest, because honestly, by far my favorite champion. So far it was Shang-Chi or Corvus, because I have them at 550 and you can get those guaranteed crits from the different video that we made. And yeah, but CGR is definitely my favorite here because you can just do the first strategy pretty quickly, trigger 5 judgments, throw the striker in there, and then you can pop those precisions with the SP2, and that's pretty effective. And yeah, being unblockable for the whole duration of the fight is so huge for CGR. And yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. We're gonna be doing a live stream. Literally, it's gonna be maybe less than an hour after we upload this video, and hopefully I see you there. We're gonna be doing some Max 7.3 and Cavalier event quest. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.